Aloha, my beautiful ones. My name is Krista Lakshmidettam, coming to you from beautiful Florida, and I am a holistic wellness coach, helping you to heal and reset your body, mind, and spirit. I am also an inner alchemist, so helping you to navigate inside your inner world and help it to manifest your dreams in this reality on your terms. And today I wanted to do this little video from my own experience just recently. And even though I am a holistic wellness coach, even I have sometimes low moments. And I know nowadays where we are all, pulled in all these different directions, we may have these days very often. And it's very important that when those days arrive, we are fully loaded and fully ready to lean back to our what I would call a wellness container. So this is something you build up over time, testing different things, which are the fastest ways to help you body, mind, spirit levels to get to that next level. First of all, the knowing that we have chosen to incarnate onto this planet, which is the planet of polarities, meaning the light, the dark, the yin and yang, all of these polarities are in the works daily. There is no point to resist it or fight it because this is just being part of, this experience here. So the difference is now that once you become aware of these different elements, how can you start to become more of the boss and more of the navigator of the whole, experience instead of getting lost? And I bring myself as an example. So this last week has been extra challenging for me because I got a very, very bad chest cold and it really knocked me down so bad that I had to stay home and go nowhere and really function the minimum way. I got really bad cough. I almost lost my voice. I had temperature, and it was really, really hard to feel any goodness in my life at all. So when this also continues for over a period of time and is not, relieving fast enough, we may actually get really pulled into the darker layers of that energy. And when that happens, it's really good to start to ask questions. So in my case, I give you the example. So I was like kind of going back and asking, so what can cause this? Why did I needed to have this a little cold? So I went back in time. So I realized where it all started. I had this beautiful Disney World experience where it was very hot outside and very cold inside. So I was going out and in and probably got cold, even though I was covering up already, knowing that this can become an issue. It wasn't enough. On top of that whole experience, I was in a park together with around 50,000 people. So, which means also the energies people were there with could also have influenced me. And because I'm not used to this kind of, huge amount of energies to be tackled in person, it just knocked my system out of the balance. And just knowing those two things came as an like, aha, wow, that's really true. Another thing, as I am preparing my transition from my part-time job in a metaphysical bookshop in the area, my body is so already checked out from that experience that it just shows that we are not going there this week, and I'm going to make you so sick that you can't go. So, and that was the case, probably also an added element to that experience. So now I could stay home and heal myself and also look deeper into other reasons. So then also what happens when we go to a big area where there are lots of people in a very like small area, when you are open and also on a higher frequency, many times, if you're not aware, many entities of lower frequencies may kind of attach to you or want to hitchhike with you. Some of them may even move in. So without asking any permission from you, because they just feel like this is their entitlement, they can do that. And in that case, also, it is important to take a moment and do like a little energy cleansing. And the one which I use in that case is I close my eyes, I pull my energies back. I imagine that I have this beautiful cleansing filter around me, and I pull all my energies through that cleansing filter. And when I breathe out, I send back every energy which is not mine to where it came from. And in case there are entities who mistakenly took me as just the light of God, in a way, we all are those, like, just that, some of us have awakened to that energy and some of us have not. So I'm also telling to those energies, go back to where you came from. And if you don't want to go back to where you came from, go back to light of God. So that the ones who were lost can then also go back to where they originated from. So usually in the new energy, we don't send energies back with roses and white light and whatnot, because everyone has to learn to take care of those energies themselves. So, and also clean up their energies, right? So another good question is to ask also, is it mine? So is that bad feeling or even that disease you got, is it yours? Because sometimes it's not. It's just something you actually copy or something else is going on, uh, you know, in a hidden way. So when I was also asking, is it mine? Then I got other questions and other answers to how to handle this and how much this is mine. So I also had like another bigger change in my life recently. So I also figured that these energies and these things may also influence me in ways that I wouldn't even like, know. So I had to clear that one out as well. When we are going to lower energies, what is also happening is that our saboteurs are getting very, very activated. And if you don't know, we actually have 10 saboteurs. And we are all given those saboteurs when we are born because they are here to take care of our emotional and physical well-being and guarantee that we will stay alive. So those 10 saboteurs are controller, stickler, avoider, hyperachiever, pleaser, victim, restless, hyper-vigilant, and hyper-rational, as well judge. So when the energies go low, all of your saboteurs get activated and they are now having a feast. Then to avoid that, we have to change that dynamic. And one of the ways is to actually connect to our sage who has connection to our higher self and has those beautiful 5 sage powers. It is empathy, it is exploring, it is innovation, it is navigation, and it is activation. So this is maybe another time you can actually go through my beautiful explanation on each one of them, and then also a little bit about the sage, a very influential mental fitness practice, and then also how to start to learn to change the dynamic with the saboteurs. So in my case, I know I have given my saboteurs other dynamics and directions already long ago. So now they're not living with me anymore. They are just my messengers. And suddenly they were all kind of like storming in. And even though I hadn't given any allowance for them to come in, they just came in because my energy was so low. And that's where it is really good to start to think of that beautiful and amazing wellness container. So when I was thinking then, okay, so how can I change all of this and what are my maximum minimum things which I would do for my body. So my body, no matter what, how bad I feel, I still have to do 5,000 steps per day. And this is actually scientifically proven. This is necessary because if you want to really keep all your organs and everything functioning properly, your lymph system and some of the other systems which have no pump, you need to move at least 5,000 steps a day. So that's like the maximum minimum. So to make it even more enjoyable, I like to do it on the beach wherever it's possible. So whatever the weather is, whatever, my physical state is, I pull myself together to go and walk those steps. Because also when I'm now walking barefoot, I get the grounding from the earth. And also when I'm walking on the line where the waves are coming in, there's lots of negative ions, which are actually also clearing my auric field. And then also if I feel good enough, I can also jump into the water where I have the salt water helping to, reset the whole body, mind, and spirit. So that's like the maximum minimum. Like no matter what, no matter how bad I feel, I have stated that's like the minimum there. And then I have my regular wellness container, which consists of like 2 times a week, some kind of cardio and 3 times strength. And then when I'm sick, I have to modify those. So sometimes when I'm sick, I have to leave out strength training because that's an extra stress for the body. And then maybe I'll just do, if that's like acceptable, I do like a little lighter cardio, so that I'm still moving. So these things you can really adjust. Then comes food. So when we get sick, also in my case, I went back in time. I did every preparation I could prior to the day and even like after, but probably with the stress and everything else, also so many more, bacteria in a place with 50,000 people, So my body couldn't just handle all of that mass of energy or whatever was coming in. So when I was also eating differently that day, and very much so that it was more creating more acid in my body, that takes our immune system down, and then it's very easy to get sick. So um, that was also another thing which then asked and forced my body to actually reset, whether it was just doing the alkaline eating, or even I even pulled in one like water day, or even just half a water day, because then it helps the body to alkaline all of the systems and organs. And when you are alkaline, it's very easy to reset your immune system as well. So think now, what are those bodily wellness containers for you? What is it you need, whether it's like a warm bath or a sauna or a cold plunge or whatever the case is, which is maximum minimum you're willing to do. So another thing is when we get to the mind. So the mind is a very interesting thing. So how we can work with our mind and mental is, of course, meditation. But when I personally am in a very low state, I can't meditate, because then all the negative thoughts will just kind of roll in, and it's like a snowball effect. So in my case, I have to actually do something different. So whether it's journaling, whether it's like writing out everything what's annoying me and then burning it, I have to do something different so that I can get rid of this, like whatever negativity and lower stuff is coming. And then, of course, breathing is very helpful. I do the Bastrika breathing, maybe even extra or more intense that day. And after I have done my journaling, then it's much easier to actually do, you know, meditation. And also, if you haven't done yet, the inner family meditation is a good one for that case, because they all may also have a say or have some kind of stress which they want you to listen to and address, you know. So very cool. Um, Also, with the mind, it is very important to understand that your mind, when it is in that lower energy, wants to go automatically to the negative side. And that's where all the saboteurs get activated, and then there is no good for anyone. So, why this is important is to understand like, okay, your mind starts to compare with someone or with something. And when that starts to happen, just stop it there and then and say, my life is unique, my character is unique, my current situation is unique, and no one else has a similar situation, similar character, and similar uniqueness like I do at the moment. So that kind of helps you to pull yourself back into this current moment and stop going to compare apples and oranges and getting down to that rabbit hole, you know. And with the mind also, what is really helpful with, in my case, is to talk to someone else, whether it's my husband or my loved ones or friends. Like yesterday, also I talked to my dear friend in Hawaii, and she said at one point when she had troubles like this, she was actually starting to write stories from different parts of the body. What were those different parts of body wanting to tell and share? So that's an opportunity as well, you know. So mind is really like a dog. We need to train it. We need to, you know, harness it and navigate, you know, really become the bosses of it, because when this is off, everything else is off as well. And with the mind also, what's really uh, like important is to be aware that, you know, what you are thinking is also what you are creating. So if you want to change that, what you are creating, change your thinking. So that's a very, very good one as well. So to take care of the spirit container, in my case, one of the important things is always to read important and inspiring books, usually also spiritual books, because that is feeding now my spiritual side, but also my mind. And also podcasts are another amazing, you know, thing. So podcast offers inspiration, motivation, different perspectives, different ideas, which you currently may not have. Like this morning, I listened to a guy who is a business guy and who has now created a podcast and is talking about similar experiences I have had with the 12 steps as a daughter of alcoholics, and also like business creation, how even he took his things from zero to the next level. So it's all possible. But now listening to him and his story encouraged me to go back to also more of that material and understand that, you know, how and what ways can I also change that in a very easy and beautiful way. So, and then of course, the spirit is fed very well when we sit down and have a little bit of that gratitude, and maybe even write down the gratitude, what we are grateful for. So that's like always a very, very good way to, you know, uplift. We can always go into the rabbit hole, like comparing ourselves with someone else who is higher up there or doing things we have always dreamed about. But we can also even just compare with ourselves 10 years back or 20 years back, and then get to understand, like, oh my God, like this has been an amazing journey. Like, look, like even in my case, like look, Crystal, what you did, like you went to 3 world-class universities, you traveled to 32 countries, you have lived in beautiful tropical places, you have done so many businesses in so many ways, like some don't even do one per lifetime. So when you do this kind of comparison, that can actually be very healthy, helping you and very healthy as well. So as a holistic wellness coach, I see it very, very important to take care of the maximum minimum, like your wellness container. And please take the time and think what are those like 1 or 2 things in your wellness container for your body, mind, and spirit, which you can lean onto and kind of like jump into when everything else seems like totally pointless and you don't even need to want to do anything. And one of the other ways to also kind of pull myself out of this is to find inspiring movies. Like yesterday, I watched a very inspiring movie with some world-class actors, and it just gave me again also another different aspect. And number one thing which actually gets us out of all of these three, you know, elements when we are sucked in is actually our life mission. I have never ever experienced in my life to go down low when I'm doing what I'm here supposed to be doing or when I'm being who I'm here to be. So when you see me doing mantra water classes or sessions, I'm like so happy out of this world when I'm doing tarot or numerology or energy healing or aura upgrading. I am so happy. There is like nothing unhappy in my life at that time. When I'm spending quality time with my cats or with my husband, the same thing, or with my friends or family. So you have to figure out what those things are and how can you implant and also cultivate more of joy, laughter, and happiness, even when the clouds are covering the sun and everything seems so gone away and so deep and dark. So I hope this was helpful. And recently also I have added a holistic business aspect to my services because I realized I've actually been that and done that for over 20 years as well. So holistic business means that we also look at your business in connection to your body, mind, spirit, but also other aspects of your business which may need attention and love. So thank you so much. If you have anyone who would really get the inspiration and motivation from this video or other videos, please share it with at least 5 people in your social media. And also, if there is anything I can help you with, please find more information below this video and let's rock it. Let's take it to the next level where happiness and love and being on the positive side is the new norm for you. Much aloha. Till the next time. Bye.